is impossible to describe, so I won.
Wow! What a cool place!
One thing that you'll notice immediately about Bad Day on the Midway is this is a world. This is a completely self-contained place. It's unlike any place you've ever been before, but it has, like any world, its own rules, its own logic, its own kind of gravity.
It's always hard to put into words what the residents are doing because their work can only really be described by experiencing it. They've been creating multimedia before it was even a word, I think, through their performances and through their musical interpretations and storytelling.
The concepts in the game are very subversive and a little bit disturbing, which is a lot of fun.
It's got sex, it's got violence, it's got death, and insanity, and rats. It's a darker vision.
This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcaster.
What's that? Wow!
Well, maybe we can work out something else. You know what I'm gonna do with that letter if you're not nice to me? Real nice? You know what I mean?
This is the actual entrance to the Midway as you're coming in, and this is the Madame Mandrake kiosk. You can go there and get hints and clues as to things that you could do. Torture's Top 10 is one of the exhibits. Lottie the Human Log. Once you go into any of these exhibits, you can either play one of the arcade games that exists in there, or you can find out something about the person who's running the exhibit. Marvels of Mayhem. Hi, Oscar.
An initial component of the way that you navigate through Bad Day on the Midway has to do with jumping from character to character, so that while you're moving about at blazing speed, able to go from location to location, the actual access to individual locations is going to be determined by which character you are.
Right now I'm Timmy. You can tell that by the image that's up here. And also the thought patterns here are Timmy's thoughts. So he's thinking as he's walking through, he has thoughts about the different exhibits, and they're typical kid-type thoughts. Some of them are a little facetious. Some of them are about what the other kids at school are going to think when he tells them about the things he's seen.
Come on in, folks, and kill yourself a dirty comet right here.
And now with this icon, I can switch characters, and now I've become Dixie. So as Dixie, when I wander around the Midway, I encounter different people, and I also have different outcomes when I encounter those people. And of course, I can come back here to Madame Mandrake and switch back into Timmy.
Bye-bye, honey pie.
One of the things that makes Bad Day on the Midway an amazing role-playing game is the opportunity to play through the world and to try to win the game from the standpoint of a number of different characters. It's not just that you interact with a number of different characters, but that you can actually be a number of different characters. This is a Midway where the characters are the rides.
When we come up to the shooting gallery this time, we can actually go inside. There's a private door here. And if we go up to that private door, we can actually go inside and discover the deep, dark secret behind.
I made a model of Mount Rushmore totally out of tubelets, and it won first prize at the science fair. Dad, I made a model. My father, who reminded me a little of the Fuhrer, just never understood my need to build things. A model of Mount Rushmore totally.
The electronic canvas is a different kind of canvas. Digital interactive game design, animation design is different from design of animation for any other medium. And I think that it's fair to say that a superstar has emerged in the guise of, if not the actual appearance of, Jim Ludke, who did all the animation design for Bad Day on the Midway.
It's a lot of fun creating graphics for something like Bad Day on the Midway. The residents have made this world that's so full of entropy and decay that it gives me the opportunity to do what I like to do with computer graphics, which is to create an organic feel, a place that you can go in and smell and touch and walk around in.
Oh, don't worry, Lottie. You know what a close watch I keep on this old heart of mine. I'll see you later.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Timmy. Are you from Texas? I always wanted to go to Texas.
We've tried to bring the characters to life by using several different techniques, starting out with video and human actors and reprocessing them into digital puppets that are being controlled and brought to life through object-oriented programming.
So what am I supposed to say? Look over here. Butterflies. Look over here. Whoa. Look over here. Whoa, whoa. There are no butterflies outside any more than the Easter Bunny is sitting on top.
Childhood is a terrible thing, Timmy.
I don't really think there's anyone that is as expressive with the design of animation and graphics and multimedia as Jim Ludke is. And his way of seeing and representing the world is a perfect complement to the world that's inside of the residents. And so Bad Day on the Midway, for me, features an absolutely dream collaboration.
Bad Day on the Midway is going to allow residents to tell stories, which is the thing they love to do the most, in a new way that they haven't been able to do in any of their previous work.
I think the residents in Bad Day on the Midway have created a formula for life.
It's a darker vision.
Astro, fruit chest, dog in the mail, they're all here. Shoot down like dogs.
Follow me, boys, and hear Dagmar's doggy-style story.
Sperm whales and everything.
I have to go upstairs now and see my husband, Timmy, honey. You can come if you want to.
Can I, Miss Dixie? Can I?
I'll see you later.
Once the dread mark is made, it cannot be struck out.
I suppose you're the young master Mr. Aldrich waits for.
Who's that?
The Red Death had long devastated the country. No pestilence had ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal. The redness of the horror of blood. There were sharp pains and sudden dizziness, and then profuse bleeding at the pores.
For the love of God, Montresor!
Who's there?
Sorry to disturb you, sir, but somebody or other heard a scream or some such.
She's alive. I know it.
Had bad dreams last night, did you?
Rich, rendered environments, strange, macabre characters, and evocative dialogue. I hear dissonant string quartets and eerie harpsichord and organ music. Dark Eye is really a captivating and terrifying title, and it's one in which I hope my music will play a major role.
The music, the textures, the environment, all combine to take you on a harrowing journey through the dark world of Edgar Allan Poe.
Each night I fell feverishly into dark and disturbing dreams. In each dream I had a new face, new surroundings, and a new evil purpose to discover.
The Dark Eye is an interactive role-playing adventure where you enter into dark and twisted worlds. The worlds seem innocent enough to begin with, but as you explore them, you discover the dark underpinnings that Poe has so carefully laid. You're exploring the world of Poe, but you're also exploring the character you're playing, discovering your own hidden motivations. The player is in effect an actor playing Poe's characters. So famous stories such as Cask of Amontillado and Telltale Heart, you're actually in that room, in that environment, making those stories come to life.
The whole experience starts off with you approaching a house on a windy day on a seashore.
Your brother has lost his sanity. Not even Amber shall mistake
of her beauty. I never loved her, yet she has loved me.
What a delightful time that was.
Cousin, you've come. Oh, we're so happy.
Oh, dear brother, delighted to see you.
It's the opening interface to the Dark Eye, which is a phrenology map, which gives us a few locations to visit. The design of the program was meant to not only allow you to interact in an environment, but interact with characters and audio and the stop motion animation.
You look as though you could use some hot soup.
This is the area that the Telltale Heart story is played out, and you can wander around this environment, basically go anywhere that you'd like. The cursors give you an indication of which directions you can go and what objects or animations you can interact with.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to disturb you, sir, but somebody or other heard a scream or some such. Called us up. We've got to check these things out.
What are you doing awake at this hour?
That'll do, Finley.
The game uses music and sound design by Thomas Dolby, as well as the voice of William S. Burroughs as one of the characters, and animations overseen by Doug Beswick.
Sound and music are so often overlooked in multimedia, and yet Inkscape have seen the possibility of integrating it at a fundamental level. I really look forward to collaborating with them on Dark Eye and other titles in the future.
We have 28 characters in the Dark Eye. This is one of the characters called Fortunato. This is the character that in the famous Poe story that gets bricked in behind a wall. And so he's kind of a jester and kind of ridiculous. We had an artist design the heads of the characters, and then they went off to a sculptor and they were all sculpted. And then the process of casting them to foam latex and building the armatures, which are ball and socket armatures, so that they can move. The neck moves freely, the arms move freely, the hands are removable so you can move the fingers.
All these combine to create an immersive environment where you really feel as though you're in the 19th century. in an old house, having disturbing dreams. Little by little, you discover who you are and what you're after, until the tale's end with a sudden and horrific punch.